But we're going to look at it because it's a great track and a great way to start our grade 1 journey. All right. So remember, you can use the chat box if you want to say hi, or if you want to check anything, speed up, slow down. If you missed a little bit of information or you weren't sure about what we were hitting, which drum we were hitting or anything like that, you can just pop that in the stream. Okay. Right, just waiting a second to see if anyone else joins us before we start getting into this lesson properly. Billie Jean, grade 1 Trinity Rock and Pop syllabus. What I'll do actually while we're waiting is I'll just put the song on so you can have a little listen to kind of how it sounds, okay? Let's just get that. Okay, so you can tell there straight away that the main rhythm is that basic backbeat that we've played a few times before, and you've definitely used if you've done the initial syllabus. Okay, so it's at 108 BPM, so that means there's 108 beats per minute. So it's reasonably quick, but not crazy fast. All right, but it is a little bit quick. We are going to start then with that main backbeat that we've used a few times before. All right, so remember, left foot making sure that the hi-hat is closed, right foot obviously on the kick drum, and it's going to go like this, isn't it? Right, so have a little think about it. Do you remember what beat we are playing the kick drum on? So remember, we're counting in 4s. The music tells us it's in 4/4. The time signature is 4/4. So we know that we have to count up to 4 each time before we get to the new bar. So if we're counting up to 4, we're going to be counting like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So what beats are we using the kick drum on? Yeah, 1 and 3, and so the snare must be 2 and 4. And what's happening with the hi-hat? Are they crotchets or quavers? Have a quick think. Quavers. Quavers on the hi-hat, so that's why we're playing and counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, okay, counting the quavers there. All right, let's have a little go together. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put my metronome on 108, and that'll give us our speed to make sure we're playing to the speed that we should be. Okay, so that'll go like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. All right. So here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1. So what you might notice straight away is that it is noticeably quicker, really, than the ones we were doing for initial grade. And that's one of the things that will happen as you go up through the grades. Sometimes the music will just get faster as well, okay? So you need to get more used to that, and you will develop speed in time. So don't worry too much about trying to play it really quick now. The speed will develop in time by itself. So let's just go a little bit slower so we can actually think about what we're playing a bit more. All right, here we go. So I'm going to count it in like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... All right, that's our speed. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 Let's do that one more time. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1. Great, good job. Right, so we just play that main rhythm. That's our main rhythm for the whole song. All right, but as I'm sure you know, because we looked at this quite a lot when we were doing the initial grade as well, it's quite common for at the end of the line, at the end of a group of 4 bars, or maybe 8 bars, there's a little fill. There's some little difference there that we need to play through. Okay, so the first one we come to here is in bar 10. All right, so I will just show you where that is in the book so you can see what I'm talking about, and you can look in your own books to see this as well. Bar 10 is just here. Remember, if I mention a bar number, what you can do is look at the left hand side, and the left hand, that first bar number is always there. So that's 7 and that's 11. Okay, and then you'll see down here we've got 15. So if we say, for example, as we just did, bar 10, then what we'll do is go, oh, there's 7. So that's 8, that's 9, and that's 10. And you can work out exactly what I'm talking about in the book really quickly, okay? So that's bar 10 there. Right, good. So what we'll see in bar 10 is that for the first 2 beats, we're playing the same rhythm we're normally playing. So we're going to be going 1 and 2 and. All right, that's the same as usual. 1 and 2 and then we're going to do the kick just by itself. So it's going to go 1 and 2 and 3. Okay, and again 1 and 2 and 3. Right, so join in this time. Okay, I'll count you in. We're going to play 1 and 2 and 3. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3. And again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3. All right. How are you doing with that? You happy with that? Okay, excellent. Here we go again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. All right. After we've done that 3, we're going to go and 4 and. Okay, so it's 3 and 4 and 3 and 4 and. So going kick, snare, snare, snare. Kick, snare, snare, snare. Right, let's get that all together, okay? So we're going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. All right? So normal rhythm, 1 and 2 and. Just the kick on 3. And then 3 snares. And 4 and. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. All right, and that gives us all that we need to know until we get to the pre-chorus, and that is still the main beat. So we don't have to learn too much for that either, which is really good, right? So let's go from the beginning. Okay, we're going to go from the verse, not the very beginning. We've got an extra couple of bars at the beginning. We're going to go from the verse. So we're going to play 4 bars of the normal rhythm, and that will finish the top line for us. And then we're going to go on to the second line from bar 7 and play 4 bars again. But on that last bar, we have to do that 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so that's going to be in our 8th bar, bar number 8. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 here we go. And 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. All right. Let's go one more time. Here we go. Remember to try and keep count. I'll try and give you a shout as it's coming up. But as I said before, it's really important to be able to count and know where you are in the song. So it's a skill that you really need to practice as well. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Bar 5. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 6 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 7 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. All right. That takes us up to the pre-chorus. So let's have a quick look at that, shall we? The pre-chorus starts with a kick and a crash. When you're doing these, just make sure that your hand and your foot are in time with each other, so we're not getting the crash coming late or the crash coming early, okay? And then we're back into that main rhythm. So nice and simple for the beginning of that pre-chorus. Got 4 bars like that. Let's play that together, okay? So we're going to start on that crash and then straight onto that hi-hat, same as we were doing before. Going to play 4 bars. Only playing the crash the first bar, okay? Don't keep repeating the crash. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. All right. From there on, we're doing the same thing. See if you can find bar 15. Remember to look on the left-hand side for your bar number. So bar 15, you'll see that the first 3 bars again are just repeated. You've got that little repeat sign in each bar, hasn't it? It looks like a percentage sign. But the last bar on that line again, as is often the case, has got a little change at the end of it. And we are just going to play 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. All right. So we're coming off that hi-hat on the and of 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay. So 3 and 4. 3 and 4. We were coming in there with the 3 and 4. So here we go. Let's just try that bar. I'll play it again if you like, just to show you again, and then join in the next time. Okay. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Here we go. Let's do it together. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and. Haha! I played it right and then I forgot to hit, didn't I? Let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. All right. Okay, I need to focus. I'm getting slightly put off because there's no one actually on the stream, so it's hard for me to focus. But I know some people might want to watch this later. So let's just do that again. The kick drum actually is on the 2 as well. I didn't notice that. So the kick drum's on the 2 as well. There's no snare on beat 2. All right, so let's. As I say, there's no one actually watching at the moment, so it's a little off-putting. I was hoping to have more people on. Let's look at that bar again. So what we're doing here is actually this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 is actually what we're doing, okay? So there's no snare on 2, it's the kick again. So it goes 1 and 2 and 3. Okay, let's just do that. 1 and 2 and 3. And again, 1 and 2 and 3. One more time. 1 and 2 and 3. Then we just add the 2 snares at the end. And 4. All right. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. and together. I'll count in, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. All right, and again, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, right, let's try playing the pre-chorus then, okay? Including that little fill at the end. Remember, it's just the kick drum on 1, 2 and 3. Doesn't go to that snare. Here we go. So the pre-chorus. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Bar 15. 2 and 3 and 4. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Here we go. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, so let's go from 15. So we don't have to play all of that. We're just going to go from 15. So we're going to play the 4 bars there, with the 4th bar being the one we're just practicing. Okay. Here we go. So from 15. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And 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 one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay. That is the first part of Billie Jean. So that means we can play up to the chorus if we've been following that carefully and you've remembered that we don't need that snare drum as I first thought in bar 18, okay, at the end of the pre-chorus. So yeah, sorry about that, my fault there for not focusing because there's nobody on the stream. Okay, let's do the verse. So from the beginning, that verse, all the way through to the end of that pre-chorus, okay? So we're going to do the verse from the beginning, basically, not the first 2 bars, missing off the first 2 bars, but from where it says verse, and we're going to play from there up to the end of the pre-chorus, all right? Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Bar 5. 2, 3 and 4. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Bar 7. 2 and 3 and 4. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And 1 and 2, 3 and 4. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 15. 2 and 3 and 4. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And 1 and 2, 3 and 4. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. All right, that takes us, as I said, up to the chorus. The chorus continues in the same way, really. So we've got the same main beat, but again, at the end there, we've got a different fill. Now, interestingly, this time, instead of moving off that snare and going to the kick drum, it kind of does the opposite. So this time there's a kick drum on 1, but on beat 3 where we'd expect the kick drum, that's gone to the snare. All right, so kind of change things around a little bit there. So this fill in bar 22, which is the last bar on the first page, last bit on the first page, we're going to play the 1 and 2 and as usual, 1 and 1 and 2 and, all right, but then 3 and then 4 and, okay, so it's going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and again 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. All right, let's do that bit together. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3. Here we go, let's do that together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. All right. Yeah, apologies for any mistakes as I go through. As I said, with no one on the stream, it makes it a little a little strange kind of teaching to the camera, but I know some of you might want to watch this at a later time, so we'll keep going and keep our focus if I can. Right, here we go. Let's do that one more time and just make sure that we're happy with that fill. So remember, when we get to 3, it's snare and then the 4 and. So it's just going to go. All right, so it's going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, here we go. Same bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and again 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through each of those bars that we've covered, which change from the main rhythm. The main rhythm isn't going to be a challenge. It's just that it's a bit quicker than some of the other ones we've done, but we need to learn all these bits where the bar changes. We have those fills at the end of the line, okay? So let's just go through those again to make sure we're all happy. So the first one was the normal rhythm up to 3, 1 and 2 and, yeah, 1 and 2 and then 3 and 4 and. So kick, snare, 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 kick, snare, snare, snare. So it went 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. All right, together, let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and again 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Right, the next one was the one I made a slight mistake on initially. And remember, this one's just got the kick until we get to that end snare on the 3 and 4. So it's the one that goes 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Yeah, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, and then the last fill that we wanted to do one last time was the one that again plays the same thing on the 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and, but then plays 3 and 4 and. So yeah, ba, ba, ba. So it's going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. All right, let's try that one together. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and again 1. Oh, I'll count you in. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay. So remember, if you haven't got the book yet, it is the grade 1 book. Grade 1 Trinity Rock and Pop. That piece is Billie Jean. Shouldn't take too long to get our heads around because the main rhythm is something we've done a number of times before, and it's just getting all those little fills in. As I said, yeah, again, apologies for any mistakes. It's easy to make mistakes when there's no one out there and I'm losing a little bit of focus here and there, so apologies for that. Not good enough, I know. Right, so I will see you again next week. Hopefully there'll be more people here that can actually make the time. And yeah, take care. Take your time practicing them. Don't try and go too fast straight away, and just focus on those bars where we have to play different stuff, okay? All right. Thank you very much and take care.